Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? This is just a chit chat. Thinking back about olden days. Now, you ever hear of Jeff Healey? The Jeff Healey band? Angel Eyes? Let me show you what he looks like. Hopefully, I can show you what he looks like. Okay. Now, he used to play at a club in Lansing, Michigan. Because I am originally from Michigan. I was living in Carson City, Michigan. Okay. Now, I lived a sheltered life as a housewife. Just had my sixth child. Or fifth child, sorry. I just had my fifth child. And they happened to be staying in Carson City because it was close to Lansing, Michigan, with some people they knew. Okay. I found this out after the fact, but I'm going to finish how it all started here. Well, there was a little gas station on the corner. Okay. And I lived, there's gas station, fire department, and then big white house on the corner I lived in. Okay. And I had this friend, Rhonda. Okay. But the first time I ran into him, because they were staying in town, him and his band members, was at the gas station store, convenience store. Okay. Because I was always running over there all the time to get soda. A cup of soda, right? And I accidentally, not realizing he was like right behind me, I shut the door in his face. And one of the band members that was with him said, "Oh, wait." And I opened the door back up and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Okay. I didn't know he was blind. Okay. Then I think the next night, me and my friend Rhonda ran back over to that gas station it's just like right there, to get a soda. I was going to get a soda, cup of soda. She was going to get a cup of soda. Well, she knew him. Okay. And I'm sitting here thinking, oh Lord, that's the same dude I shut the door in the face accidentally, right? I didn't know he was blind. Okay. And he is really tall. I mean, he's tall. Okay. And my friend's like, I never said a single word. And he's like, she's sitting there talking to him, and hey, what you guys doing in town? And he's like, well, we're staying at a house, I think a couple blocks up the street. He goes, because we're playing in Lansing. He had a club in Lansing, Michigan called the Jeff Healey Club. Okay. They like to play there a lot. Okay. Granted, he's originally from Canada. Okay. But he was always playing at this club. And they were sitting there chit-chatting, and all of a sudden he's like, who do you got with you? And I'm sitting here like, not saying a single word. Like freeze moment. And she's like, oh, this is my friend Cammy. And he's like, hi. And I was like, hi. And I went to shake his hand. And she's like, he's blind. And I was like, oh. She goes, he can't see you. And I was like, oh. It dawned on me, blind, can't see. Like I said, I lived a sheltered life. But yeah, I went to shake his hand. But I will never forget running into him and his band member guy. One of the guys was with him. And yeah, him and my friend was chit-chatting, and he was saying how they were playing in Lansing at the club, and they were staying up the street because, it's close to Lansing. They don't want to stay in Lansing because I don't know why. But anyways, I figured I'd share that story. I always thought it was kind of cool. And then as I got older, I realized who he was. And I was like, wow, he's a famous singer now, Well, he was back, he was. And But yeah, I thought it was cool that he was blind and he was walking around really good, because sheltered life, I thought, blind people wore sunglasses and, they had a cane. But he was walking around without a cane, with no sunglasses on. That's why it didn't really dawn on me he was blind. But I felt really bad for many, many years, still to this day, for him being right behind me as I was going out the door. And I shut the door shut right in his face. And he's like that. And his band member would say, "Wait." And I opened the door back up and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was behind me." Not knowing who he was. But I always tell my kids that story too, because they remember seeing him too. And my older ones do, especially my oldest daughter. Sorry, I'm thirsty. My oldest daughter remembers, and she goes, "Yeah, I remember seeing him." And she goes, "You didn't know he was blind?" And I said, "Bingo." But yeah, I think it's cool that I actually met a big time singer in real life, besides, going to concerts. But I actually basically running into him. And my friend knew who he was, so she basically was saying, "Oh, this is Jeff Healey, he's got a club in Lansing." And I'm sitting there like, "Oh, hey," and I went to shake his hand, and she's like, "He's blind." I was like, "Oh." When she's like, "He can't see." I was like, "Oh." So, yeah, I always think that's cool that I ran into him in a funny way. But, yeah. But anyways, I figured I'd share that story, because I love his music. And I think he actually met his wife in 1990, so that year. But they got married in 92, I think. The research is right. They married in 92 and they had a daughter together. And he's got a son from his first marriage. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. And now, me being visually impaired, and possibly someday I'll probably be legally blind, because insurance is like, oofka. They want $8,500 down copay. And it's like, seriously, the surgery is only $10,000. So I always tell my husband, more likely I'll probably be blind too. And he's just an inspiration to me. How he got around with no cane and walks around with, no cane, no sunglasses. So that's amazing to me on how he did that. And supposedly he had a rare eye cancer when he was 1.5 years old. And he ended up dying of lung cancer. So, yeah. I always thought that was really cool. So I figured I'd share that story, because I think it's a neat story and it's a true story. And like I said, I lived a sheltered life. So to me, it's like, oh, it didn't dawn on me who he was way back then until I got older and started listening to his music. And I was like, hey, that's that dude I ran into, Literally, I shut the door in his poor guy's face. And I still feel bad to this day for that, because I didn't know he was right behind me, because I was walking out of the store and he was literally right behind me and the door shut in his face. And he's up against the door. I'll never forget that face, okay? But yeah, I just figured I'd share that story. It's kind of a cool story. And he always inspires me, being a blind singer. And I love his music. So, you guys, thumbs up. And I'll share more stories like that of my lifetime, okay? That's a cool story there, because he still inspires me, even though he's long passed on. In 2008, I believe he died from lung cancer. But yeah, so take care. Thumbs up. I figured I'd share that cool story. I've got a lot of cool stories of my lifetime, trust me, you. Okay, so peace out. Don't forget to hit thumbs up, guys. Bye.